Hi, I'm Gabe Chandler from Chandler Chevrolet. Come down to 600 Cliffy Drive and check out our 110 or so used cars and over 50 new cars. 600 Cliffy Drive, Madison, Indiana. Call us at 812-273-4400. All of us down here at Chandler Chevrolet are waiting to serve you.
Okay, we're here with Mr. Josh Webb from the Morgan and Nay Funeral Center. Mr. Webb, thank you for being with us today.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, tell me what's going on tonight and why we're here tonight.
We're having a little bit of a celebration this evening because Rodney Nay, the director here, he was awarded Funeral Director of the Year by the National Funeral Directors Association.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about that award? Does that?
It is.
Yes,
it is a national award that is given to one single funeral director, a member of the association. It's a 10,000 member strong organization that represents funeral directors in Washington and in all other kind of like public relation matters, things like that. It's an extreme honor.
So there's only one in the entire United States.
There's only one in the entire United States this year, and that's Rodney Nay.
Well, hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Watkins, and I'm just right proud to be here and celebrating Rodney Nay's accomplishment. Obviously, the man has worked a great deal, very hard to get where he is, and it's a well-deserved award. So I'm very proud to be here and celebrating this with him.
I'm Rick Roos. During the day, I work for King's Daughters Home Health and Hospice Services, and the patients that we've had, both that have been involved with Morgan Nay, they are very proud. They love the service they get from Rodney Nay, and we wish him a lot of luck. And I think for the fact of Madison being the heart of flyover country and Rodney getting such a prestigious national award, the only award for the funeral directors, I think is just remarkable.
Okay, we're here with the whole clan now, I guess we can say.
Yes, she created us.
Introduce us. Will you introduce us?
This is our lovely mother, the rose between the thorns, Sherry Nay, #1 phlebotomist in Madison, Indiana. Retired.
I'm retired.
Knowing over how many counties
Yeah.
they asked for.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
the
mom
we
is
always,
the best.
we always get to hear about how wonderful our mother is, so it makes us special and wonderful. That
Yeah.
She started this. I mean, the reason you guys are here today.
She got me my first job way back when with George Morgan and Cliff Andrews.
well, now how it really started. Rodney and Roger were always interested in things when they passed away. How did they decompose? And so they wrapped up a mouse that had died, honestly, in a watch box, wrapped it real snug and tight, and buried it. Then later, I don't know how much later, Roger Morgan, they dug it up and checked it out.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you.
But we held funerals for everything that died. Every puppy, cat, kitten. They would put little claws like sheets around their shoulders, and we'd have funerals, and they'd bury them. Now that's that. They were always interested in.
We had our own little cemetery on the
Yes,
farm
we did.
for
Yeah.
our pets.
Yeah. Yeah.
We made caskets.
So
Yeah.
this just isn't a job for them. This is a passion since they were young. You said.
Since they were young, they always were interested
What was
in.
our passion in art?
Well, yes. See, they're both very artistic. I've got all kinds of their artwork, all kinds. They're very artistic, and this goes way back in the family. My father was artistic, and also my mother. So they're very artistic young men. They had their own kiln on the farm that they made themselves. In fact, I got pictures of it. I should have brought them in. But they made their own kiln and fired their own clay. We had clay on the farm, red clay.
Right.
So I've got a lot of little things that they made, pottery pieces. My husband was just amazed. Dick has always been amazed by the boys. He said they found things, saw things that he never saw, and what they could do with their hands and create. Yes, he was always very proud of them.
We'd like to congratulate Rodney on such a prestigious national award, and we've known Rodney for many, many years, and just a wonderful, compassionate man when he works with families and everything.
Rodney, you are so deserving of this award. You and your staff do such a great job. I can see why you were selected. Thank you for including it.
All right, we're here talking with Anna Nelson now. Anna, how long have you worked for the Morgan and Nay Funeral Center?
I've been here about 8 years.
8 years.
So I think he is the most caring, giving person that you could ever want to know. And we have so many outreach programs. We follow through with families, not just during their grief period, but later. He's a wonderful man to work with, and he's the greatest.
Okay, we're here with Roz now, and you took part in the nominations on this. Tell me about the requirements that he has to meet to actually be eligible for this award.
There were 4 major areas that we had to document, and it was very easy to do. Probably my problem was it's just simply finding all the things that we do. And one area was community service. And as you know, Rodney and Morgan and Nay just goes on and on and on in the ways of community service. Another area they looked at was innovative programs. And one of the things that really caught their eye was our day trip program that we started just a year ago, because each month we organize a trip for our clients and for the community in general to go to. Another area that they looked at a lot was documentation of continuing education, involvement in the funeral director's profession from a state level, to a national level with that. Then the 4th area was the grieving process. What do we do for our clients after the funeral? Not only before and during, but after the funeral. And we really score extremely well in that area, as we do in all the areas. Just take a look at the memorial service we had this past Tuesday night. We honored over 300 families who had lost someone in the year. And we just put that on Facebook actually last night, and already we had 3,000 some odd hits by 2 o'clock this afternoon. People who are so appreciative that Rodney had gone the extra mile to remember someone they'd lost. So those would be the 4 main areas.
Okay, we're here with Janesefton now. What's your title here at Morgan and Nay?
I'm Director of Pre-Planning and Family Services for the funeral home.
Okay, and we're talking about the award that Rodney won, and I know you had a big hand in his nominations and getting the community to rally around this. Tell me more about that.
So back in July, I had received an email from American Funeral Director Magazine, which is the national magazine for funeral directors, funeral homes, and they were asking for nominees for American Funeral Director of the Year. And I thought, oh my gosh, who better deserves this reward than Rodney Nay? It was so simple. I mean, I've been around, I grew up in a funeral home. My family has a funeral home in northern Indiana. My father started it, my brother, and I always thought their service was the best. Until I came to Morgan and Nay, and there was no one that comes close to Rodney Nay. And so we submitted a nomination, and we were notified, I think, in late September, and of course Rodney had no idea, and it's just such a well-deserved award. I mean, there's nothing that comes close to what Rodney and Josh and his team does here. It's all
right, we're here with Rodney Nay now, the recipient of this award. Congratulations, first of all. And tell me, how did it feel when you got the news that you received this award?
Very humbling. Amazing. I had no idea that I had been nominated for this award, and they called me on one of my busiest days on a Monday morning, and it was crazy in here, and I thought it was a sales call, so I wasn't being real personable with the person on the other end, and she said, I really need to talk seriously to you. And she said, you've been named the American Funeral Director of the Year by American Funeral Director Magazine. And I was like, she said, you didn't know that you were nominated, did you? And I said, no, I had no clue. And then she went on to ask me a lot of questions about what funeral service means to me and what being a funeral director means to me. And she asked me what the definition of a funeral director is. And I said, well, the definition of a funeral director is not the definition that I live by. What I live by is about the care and the love and the concern that we provide to our families, and what we do after the service, what we do before the service, and how we, take care of the community in so many ways. And every day we try to live up to that effort.
There have been a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but tonight is a high, and it is very well deserved. So here is to Rodney Nay. Hear, hear.
All right, well, from WKMNews.com. We're here at the Morgan and A Funeral Center. We want to say a great congratulations to them for winning the National Funeral Director of the Year award. Tune in next time. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. From WKMNews.com, I'm Stephen DiLorenzo. Thanks for watching, Kentuckiana.